You came like springtime, soft across my life, with an angel smile and velvet in your light. I could not hold you the way I longed to do, so I let my quiet heart keep leaning into you. And through the dark, your sorrow softly shone, like the last star when midnight lingers on. My love, I'm right here, I'm holding your hand tonight. You don't have to fear, you'll be wrapped in quiet light. My angel, my love, my dearest tender friend, thank you for finding me again and again. Winter at the window, November in your eyes. The room was filled with silence and slow, unspoken goodbyes. I carried little sweetness through a hallway washed in blue, while every shadow whispered I was losing you. Then came deep December with morning stars above. You rested in my arms and drifted out in love. Now the house still keeps you in the air, in every door, and I stand inside the midnight, wanting you once more. Holding your hand tonight. You don't have to fear, you'll be wrapped in quiet light. My angel, my love, my once in a lifetime friend, thank you for walking until the end. At 1 in the morning, the whole world is still, and I look into the night as if you always will. Good night, my love. Sleep now, my angel. Rain across the avenue, blue lights in the dark, taxis passing slowly by like a faded spark. Every time the night begins, you just reappear. Why does every midnight bring your shadow back to me? Even when I say nothing, you're in every street I see. Under the neon rain, I still call your name. Every light in this city takes me back again. Under the neon rain, nothing feels the same. In the middle of the night, I still call your name. Windows glowing one by one, stories passing by, footsteps fading in the rain under painted skies. Every corner that we knew feels a little strange. I can feel you in the wind, but I can't hold the rain. Why does every midnight turn the silence into sound? Like a low and distant melody, you're the one I found. Under the neon rain, I still call your name. Every light in this city takes me back again. Under the neon rain, nothing feels the same. In the middle of the night, I still call your name. Maybe it's the blue light, maybe it's the rain, maybe it's this lonely heart that won't forget your name. At the edge of morning, when the sky turns gray, I still hear your footsteps, though you walked away. Under the neon rain, I still call your name. Every light in this city takes me back again. Under the neon rain, nothing feels the same. In the middle of the night, I still call your name. Under the neon rain, under the neon rain, in the middle of the night, I still call your name. City lights are fading through the misty rain. Neon on the window calls your name again. Half a cup of coffee, a quiet radio, and the warmth you left behind me still lingers soft and low. Why does every midnight make the silence glow? Even when I say nothing, this whole city seems return to you. Windows shining softly, one by one above. Every passing shadow looks a little bit like love. Every street we walked on feels the same yet strange, like the wind has kept your footsteps somewhere in the rain. Why does every midnight stir what time can't move, like a distant jazz piano playing through the blue? Neon on the window, shining through the blue. Every light across the city brings me back to you. Neon on the window, softly falling through. In the hush of midnight hours, I still return to you. Every stop and corner leaves a trace of you, like a quiet afterglow shining through the blue. And when dawn is coming, soft and silver gray, you're the sound that stays around me, even when you're far away. Neon on the window, shining through the blue. Every light across this city brings me back to you. Neon on the window, softly falling through. In the hush of midnight hours, I still return to you. Neon on the window, softly once again. In the sleeping heart of midnight, you remain, you remain. You remain. After the rain leaves the window, the city turns silver and blue. Neon fades into the silence, like a thought that still feels like you. Your name is there on the glass, where my fingers draw through the mist. And every street below lies empty, still shaped by the love I miss. The traffic lights keep changing, for no one left in the rain. And the night leans over the buildings like a low and tired refrain. I hear your voice in the distance, soft as a door closing slow. Some little warmth in the weather that I can no longer hold. The room is full of breathing shadows, the curtains barely move. every drop that touched this city still sounds a little like you. After the rain leaves the window, I gather what remains: a little light, a little sorrow, your echo in the rain. If you are somewhere past the skyline, where the dark gives way to dawn, let this sleepless city carry what is left of me alone. A cup of coffee cools beside me, the lamplight burns low and thin, and every drop along the glass feels like the night caving in. I wore my quiet like a coat and let the hours come undone. But the storm that left the window still falls through my heart, one by one. Maybe love becomes a weather that never fully goes. Maybe every shaken window keeps the things it cannot hold. So I stand inside this midnight as the last clouds drift from view, and leave my unanswered longing in the rain light next to you. After the rain leaves the window, I gather what remains: a little light, a little sorrow, your echo in the rain. If you are somewhere past the skyline, where the first pale morning starts, let this fading night remember you still live inside my heart. After the rain, after the blue, the window keeps your silence, and I keep you. Pacific turning gold under the falling sun. Your song comes through the radio, and I keep driving on. Wind along the window, night along the sea, mile after mile keeps rolling, but you don't ride with me. Your coffee cup still rattles, a folded map, a note, little things I couldn't leave, still scattered in the car. You are gone, and yet some calling out my name. Passenger seat, you're not here tonight, but a heavier night is riding by my side. Every mile I drive ahead, all your words come back again. Passenger seat, empty next to me. Silence speaks louder than the sea. You are already far away, still you're sitting here by me. Some roads from the very start were meant for one alone. This midnight highway knows your name the way I've always known. Passenger seat, you're not here tonight, but a heavier night is riding by my side. Every mile until the dawn, all your words keep moving on. Passenger seat, empty next to me. Silence speaks louder than the sea. You are already far away, still you're sitting here by me. Still you're sitting here by me. Still you're sitting here by me. Fading notes inside an old guitar case, scribbled lines time could never erase. I trace them gently with my fingertips, sitting by the chair where your shadow drifts, watching moonlight bleed through foggy glass, whispering your name as the night hours pass. Between the heartbreak and the love we knew, I'm still holding on to the ghost of you. When the lunar lantern comes alive, the air we share begins to arrive. The poems of longing you left behind rest softly in the chambers of my mind. Through this warm and melancholic space, I'm still calling out for your embrace. Even when the neon lights up the street, my quiet room only holds your heat. The sound of our steps on that rainy night becomes a jazz refrain in the dimming light. Even if the stars all close their eyes, my lantern will burn beneath the skies, because your love is a beautiful refrain, singing forever through my joy and pain. When the lunar lantern comes alive, the air we shared begins to arrive. The poems of longing you left behind rest softly in the chambers of my mind. Through this warm and melancholic space, I'm still calling out for your embrace. Scribbles of your breath in the fading blue, turning into a song to remember you. Under the lantern, you and I remain. Good night. Good night. After the last glass, after the room goes dim, your name still lingers on the edge of everything. Smoke in the lamplight, gold across the blue. No one in this city ever wore the dark like you. And I still feel your silence in the air, like a velvet shadow resting everywhere. After the last glass, after the last song, I still hear your memory, soft and low and far. My love stays seated where you used to be, and every midnight table sets a place for you and me. The piano keeps talking in a language made of rain, and the saxophone is holding what I cannot say again. I wear my smile lightly, like perfume and smoke, but underneath the shimmer lives the ache that never left. If I close my eyes, the whole room turns to light, and your hand finds mine somewhere in the night. After the last glass, after the last flame, I still keep your tenderness hidden in the sound of my name. My angel, my lover, my once-in-a-lifetime view, and every lonely jazz bar leads me back to you. When the chairs are empty and the lights burn low, I stay with your echo till even the silence grows cold. The room is breathing low tonight. A lamp is shaking gold. Your picture in the window glass feels nearer than before. I kept my sorrow folded small, like letters never read. But every little thing in here still calls your name instead. I tried to speak in whispers, I tried to let it fade, but love like this was never made to disappear that way. When the silence breaks into light, I will sing your name tonight. If your memory is all I have, I will carry it through the fire. I won't let this heart go silent, I won't lose you in the dark. If I have to break wide open, I will carry you in my heart. The piano trembles under me, like thunder dressed in blue, and every note I could not say comes rising back to you. I wore my grace like evening silk, I kept my tears in line, but there are storms that wait for years, then break all at one time. No, I will not surrender to empty air and shame. What lived in us was far too deep to vanish without flame. When the silence breaks into light, the sky come down around me. Let the night undo my pride. I have held this fire too gently. Now I let it burn alive. If the stars still hear the broken, if the wind still carries light, then take this grief and turn it into one last shining cry. When the silence breaks into light, I will lift your memory high. I will raise it like a cathedral from the ruins of my blood. I won't let this heart go under. I won't leave your warmth behind. If this night must hear me breaking, let it hear me full of light. When the silence breaks into light, no, not tonight. No, not tonight. Your name still burns inside my life. Red is fading slowly at the edge of day. Sun is sinking under where the highway fades. Trees are passing by me, signs are flashing through. Darkness lays a blanket on the road ahead of you. In the rearview mirror, all the miles I've known. Through the windshield farther, somewhere you call home. Headlights on the long road, calling out your name. Starlight runs beside me, moonlight does the same. Maybe every mile tonight is a mile toward you. Maybe this whole highway knows what I'm driving to. Lake is sliding past me, black and made of glass. One late bird is crossing over where the ripples pass. Far away, a small town, neon flickers low. Someone at a window, still awake against the glow. Wheels keep on turning, but my heart stays still. Maybe at the road's end there's your window light. Headlights on the long road, calling out your name. Starlight runs beside me, moonlight does the same. Maybe every mile tonight is a mile toward you. Maybe this whole highway knows what I'm driving to. Radio is humming, wind is on the glass. Every passing shadow wears the face I miss. Headlights on the long road, cutting through the night. Trees go by, stars go by, everything takes flight. If you're waiting at the end, I will drive till dawn. Every road that leads leads to you is the road I'm on alone, on the long, long road, driving on alone. Every light tonight is a light toward home. Red sun on the harbor, sinking soft and low. Last boat coming homeward, where the pier lights glow. Through the jazz bar window, night is drifting in somebody's glass. The evening sways again. Somewhere a distant foghorn cuts across the dark. That long and low note sounds so much like your name. Harbor lights are shining, and your face appears in the distant foghorn. I can feel you near, even when the sea turns black. These small lights remain, as if they could still reach you through the dark and rain. Seagulls head for shelter, flying toward the shore. Why am I still sitting here like nights before? Piano murmurs low, saxophone breathes blue. Every harbor evening tastes a bit like you. Waves against the pier line come and then withdraw, but this heart stays anchored long after they are gone. Harbor lights are shining, and your face appears in the distant foghorn. I can feel you near, even when the sea turns black. These small lights remain, as if they could still reach you through the dark and rain. Ice is slowly melting, jazz is drifting through. One lighthouse in the distance, searching out for you. Harbor lights are shining, every boat asleep, but I stay here by the window, listening in too deep. Foghorns fade to silence, sea grows dark and white, till the very end of midnight. I still keep you by my side. out your name on the waves below. Rain is on the window, sliding through the dark. Old rails keep a rhythm beating through my heart. In this late night carriage, silence grows so deep, and the empty seat beside me still remembers you and me. Under flickering station lights, in the glass I see my face, not quite smiling, not quite gone, just staring back in place. Night train, empty seat, rolling through the blue. You are nowhere next to me, but the memory rides too. Night train, empty seat, going far from sight, and the face I see reflected looks a little more like you tonight. Through the rainy window, little towns drift by. Every fading light out there feels like a sleep inside. Even the warmth you left resting in my hands turns to quiet silver against the cold glass again. Two beats in the rail line, swaying through the night, and this unfilled heart of mine comes clearer in the light. Night train, empty seat, rolling through the blue. You are nowhere next to me, but the memory rides too. Night train, empty seat, going far from sight, and the face I see reflected looks a little more like you tonight. I don't know how far I've come or where this road will end, but the part of me that stayed with you still won't leave the bend. Every distant light I pass turns once toward your name, and even when the morning comes, I won't step off the same. Seat, rolling toward the dawn. You are nowhere next to me, but your quiet stays on. Night train, empty seat, fading into light, and the heart I carry through this dark still leans to you tonight. Mm-hmm. the blue. Clouds are drifting slowly, like they're leading me to you. Midnight keeps its promise, soft and deep and far, and the wind moves through the silence like a hand across my heart. Every light is swaying, every shadow breathes. Heaven leans a little closer through the quiet of the sea. Starlight in slow waves, falling through the dark. All the sky is gently dancing through the chambers of my heart. Not enough to break me, not enough to let you go, just enough to leave your memory moving softly in my soul. Nothing here is restless, nothing cries too loud, only little constellations turning underneath the clouds. I can feel your absence like a beautiful refrain, something tender in the distance, somewhere between love and pain. If the night can hold this longing, if the wind can carry grace, then perhaps the stars remember how your warmth still fills this place. Starlight in slow waves, shining where you are. Clouds and moonlight moving slowly like a distant lullaby. Not enough to lose me, not enough to make me whole, just enough to keep you with me like a rhythm in my soul. I carry all this longing like tears I cannot hide, and wander by the lake shore with your memory by my side. Moonlight on the water, shivers soft and pale, and a lonely wind keeps waking the whisper of the reeds. In the stillness of the evening, under fading lamplight gold, there's an empty bench beside me, and the night turns blue and cold. Silver waves on the lake, blooming with my sorrow. Moonlit shadows drift and sway along the quiet shore, and the bench that waits for lovers looks so lonely in the blue, while the water keeps on trembling like my heart still calls for you. We used to walk this pathway where the lamplight held our laughter. Now I move like just a stranger through the silence you left after. I push open the cafe door to the scent of coffee in the air, and try to melt this longing down, but I still find you there. Once this night was warmer, with your footsteps next to mine. Now the moonlight wraps my shoulders, and your ghost moves through my mind. Silver waves on the lake, blooming with my sorrow. Moonlit shadows drift and sway like a dream I cannot hold, and the bench that waits for lovers keeps your absence like a flame, while the water takes our story and keeps whispering your name. Goodbye, my love. Goodbye. Goodbye. Moonlight falls without its warmth on the bench where we once stayed, and the wind lays down its lonely cold where your shadow used to fade. Through the bare and winter branches, My eyes drift through the distant stars, and every breath that crossed the frozen air still trembles in the dark. The lake moves like a sleepless body. Its silver skin begins to shake, and the empty bench keeps falling into silence by the lake. But the traces of your fingers still remain upon my skin, and the quiet of your shining eyes still stirs the dark within. Your gentle warmth is in my hands, your whisper lingers in my ear, and even now your trembling lips still feel impossibly near. So let me gather all this longing in my waiting hands tonight. Let me touch the fading heartbeat of the love that held me tight. On this bench beneath the starlight, I still call your name so low. If you're somewhere past the water, will you find your way back home? Words you gave in tender silence still bloom beneath my chest, and every sigh we left between us refuses now to rest. I can feel your softness rising through the cold that fills the air, like a memory made of breathing, still alive and everywhere. Till the dark gives way to light, my love, my angel, if this night can carry prayer, let my longing cross the silence like your touch, still waiting there. So let me gather all this longing in these aching hands tonight. Let me hold the last soft trembling of the lips that changed my life. On this bench beneath the starlight, I remain where love once grew, and until the dawn comes through the water, I will still be here for you. My love, come closer. Come back through the night. The streetlight leans against the dark, softly glowing in the snow. Snowflakes falling on my shoulder, like the words we used to know. Your footprints from last winter, still upon this empty road. First snow falling slow and quiet, covering what we used to know. Snow is falling on my alleyway, white and silent once again. Your footprints fade away, but you're still here in me. At the corner of this street, an old mailbox stands alone. Letters I could never send, the warmth you left still feels like home. Snow is falling on my alleyway, white and silent once again. Your footprints fade away, but you're still here in me. Some love stay with you for life, some streets you walk alone. The city sleeps, the snow keeps falling, and I keep walking home. Snow is falling on my alleyway, white and silent once again. Your footprints fade away, but you're still here in me. Snow on my alleyway, you're still here in me. Still here in me. The autumn leaves that stain this cabin red have all gone drifting by, and through the night the pale white snow keeps wandering outside. A lonely birch tree in the cold stays awake with the wind. Only one small firelight here is still awake within. Softly, softly, little flame, calming down my heart. Even all the tears I cried fall asleep beside the spark. Memory leaves behind its ashes, fire leaves behind its longing. The brighter that it burns tonight, the clearer shines your name. Even if this winter cabin sinks into the quiet snow, the warmth that lingers by the fire still feels a little like you. Mist upon the window glass blurs your face away. With these pale and tired fingertips, I trace your name again. Jazz is spreading through the room, low and slow and dim, and the window gently trembles to that quiet, drifting hymn. Softly, softly fading now, late night embers glow. In every place the fire has touched, your warmth remains below. Memory leaves behind its ashes, fire leaves behind its longing. The brighter that it burns tonight, the clearer shines your name. Even if this winter cabin sinks into the quiet snow, the warmth that lingers by the fire still feels a little like you. Before the morning finds this room, the fire is growing small. I fold my hands and hold on tight to this dark a little more. Night will bring you close for a while, morning takes you far. Before this midnight disappears, come back into my heart. When sunlight taps upon the window, you grow far again, and the last remaining little flame closes its eyes in silence. Memory leaves behind its ashes, longing leaves behind its warmth, and every morning in this cabin carries you away once more. When I place my hand on the ashes, there's still a trace of warmth, until this winter comes to an end. I'll stay sitting here alone. Moonlight blooms in silence and rests upon the clouds. A wandering wind moves through the birch without a place to go. The night bird breaks the stillness with sorrow in its cry, and my eyes drift through the scattered stars till longing fills my eyes. A teacup holding warmth, a pocket watch that sways. The candle trembles by the window as the silver light remains. And on the empty chair beside me, the cold moon settles down, as if your quiet absence still lives within this room. Your smile upon the window still shines before my eyes, close enough to touch, yet lost beyond my size. Where the moonlight keeps your scent, my longing lingers on, hanging by the window till the deepest hour is gone. All the warmth I could not hold, all the love I could not say, I send into the moonlit clouds and watch them drift away. I reach for vanished softness, I gather traces of your air, and wander through the field of stars as if you waited there. The longing wrapped in fragrance that wandered through the night, I place upon the moonlight and let it leave my sight. The clouds are moved by wind, the moon leans soft and slow, and over the dark hill behind the house I watch your memory go. Where the moonlight keeps your scent, my longing lingers on, hanging by the window like a half-remembered song. All the warmth I ache to hold, all the love that will not fade, I send into the moonlit clouds where your quiet shadow stays. My love, good night. My longing rides the clouds, your fragrance fills the moonlight. My love, goodbye. Goodbye. The long rain-soaked nights have finally gone away, and even the cooling teacup has welcomed a new day. I look at the empty chair where you once used to be, and I know our love was never made to end so easily. Your silence never left me alone inside the dark. It stayed within my broken heart like an everlasting spark. Now under the midnight sky, I open all of me and raise my soul to sing at last what love was meant to be. From that golden port in September to silver waves upon the lake, every tear I wept in winter became a shining melody to make. I lay my hands upon this old grand piano's frame and send a whispered prayer to you beyond the holy flame. Can you hear this music rising softly through the air? The song of one who loved you more than words could ever bear. Oh, my angel, this is the first note of eternity, a record of remembrance painted in midnight blue for you and me. I set our love upon the starlit road and let it wander free, though I know your tender breathing cannot return to me. Still your silhouette is swaying through every chord so bright, like the greatest love the world has known, breaking through the night. Even on the rough old roads, through the wind and rain, your girlish smile would find my soul and heal my deepest pain. Now beneath the pale moonlight, the record slowly turns, and all our sorrow changes into a field of silver stars that burn. You used to say so softly, I'll come again tomorrow. Now through this song I live with you, beyond all earthly sorrow. Oh, my angel, this is the first note of eternity, a record of remembrance painted in midnight blue for you and me. I set our love upon the starlit road and let it wander free, though I know your tender breathing cannot return to me. Still your silhouette is swaying through every chord so bright, like the greatest love the world has known, still burning in the night. Though the chair is empty and the lamplight burns down low, our golden humber will keep shining with a fire the years won't know. My beautiful love, my gentle angel, until our melody finds itself again. For now, goodbye, my light. Autumn pressed the darkness back as morning slowly spread. We rode that rattling bus through fields of burnished gold, and sunlight filled the window glass like something we could hold. You wore that girlish smile, so bright, so soft, so true, and all the quiet world that day felt newly born in you. The harbor filled with crying gulls and flags of red and blue. The fishing boats came drifting in as evening ripened through. We walked the shining sand where waves unstitched the shore, yet every step we left behind still lives in me once more. Our laughter touched the foam, then vanished with the light, while autumn leaned against the pier and lit the waiting lighthouse where we left our love. The sunset held the sea. We carved our vow in stones and sand and called it destiny. And when the harbor changed its clothes to golden midnight blue, the stars came down like whispered grace, and everything was you. We ran along that narrow road where twilight burned so red, and every promise spoken there still trembles through my chest. That little port was hushed and still, yet filled with you somehow. Your breathing warm the evening air, I can still feel it now. The harbor wore the Milky Way like silk upon the tide, and all the love I'd ever need was standing by my side. Now time has blurred the edges of that shining autumn shore, but on these cold and restless nights I find my way once more. I ask the distant stars above that watched us from on high, where did the love we left that night go when you said goodbye? Sunset held the sea. We carved our vow in stones and sand by the corner glows. Beneath it stands a mailbox old, rusted, silent, all alone, where I have stood, where you have not. Every winter I would write letters that would never fly, folded soft and sealed with snow, buried deep where no one knows. Letters in the snow, sleeping where you'll never know. Some loves never leave the page, they just live inside the cold. Somewhere, do you ever feel the words I never gave away? Could the snowflakes carry hearts? Could the winter wind find a way? Letters in the snow, sleeping where you'll never know. Some loves never leave the page, they just live inside the cold. Inside the cold. Inside the cold. When the neon comes alive and the room turns golden blue, I let the smoky silence move a little closer to you. Glass reflections on the bar, slow as perfume in the air. No one knows how much I'm hiding by the way I wear this stare. Every sip, every light, every shadow draped in wine pulls your memory through the dark like a hand against my spine. When the neon comes alive, I still feel you near, in the velvet of the midnight, in the saxophone and tears. Not enough to break my heart, just enough to make it burn. So I stay where desire lingers and let the night take turns. Low laughter from the corner, a piano dressed in rain. Your name slips through the rhythm like slow and dangerous longing, I still taste upon this place. When the neon comes alive, I become the night you knew, soft as smoke and dressed in longing, still half in love with you. Not enough to lose myself, not enough to let you go, so I wear this velvet heartache like the lights that always glow. Midnight by the window light, rain is falling slow. Your empty chair is next to mine, and I still miss you so. I write your name on foggy glass, then look into the dark. So many stars above tonight, but where is your small spark? I'll come again tomorrow if I can't find you tonight. Somewhere in the quiet sky, you're waiting in the light. I'll come again tomorrow. Good night, my love, good night. When the dawn takes all the stars, I'll still be calling you. Snow would fall, the cold wind blew, still I walked alone, with frozen feet and tired eyes. I searched until the dawn. The last few stars begin to fade, the sky turns pale and blue. Before they go, before the day, I whisper